This is Andi Purewal for Boxing Social in association with Betfred, and for the second day on the bounce, I'm delighted to be joined by Boo Boo Demetrius Andrade here in Miami. Demetrius, you've had time to settle in now to the fight bubble rather. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I usually don't do this with you twice in 2 days, man. You know what I'm saying? Usually one time you gotta go, man. You know what I'm saying? I like you for some reason. I don't know, but you're a good guy. Let's go.
I appreciate that, Demetrius. So it's good to know I'm doing something right. It's good to speak to you again. As I said, you've had a bit of time to settle in now. How do you feel you've had time to settle in? Like I say, you've been around Liam today. I saw he was in the same room as you earlier. What was that kind of like, just seeing him face to face for the first time, I believe?
Nah, I haven't seen him yet.
Have you not? Oh, so he's put a video out, I should say, on social media. I think he was doing some radio work and he was in the background. He just commented it saying, "Shut up, Demetrius," basically.
Yeah, nah, I mean, I haven't seen him yet, you know. Trust me, when we see each other, you already know I make a lot of noise. But, yeah, I mean, I'm going to see him regardless. At the end of the day, I'm going to see him either Saturday, Friday, well, tomorrow at the press conference, so.
I mean, what do you expect with that? Do you expect it to be a fiery press conference? Do you expect him to be throwing slurs towards you? Do you expect to be firing back? Or do you think it will be different to what many maybe expect?
I mean, I don't expect anything, you know. At the end of the day, I go in there and whatever's thrown at me, I figure out what to do and how to adjust from there. You know, a lot of them like to talk a lot of stuff on the internet, and then when we get in person, they're not as quite vocal as they are during that time. And then, you know, at the end of the day, I'm gonna be vocal and let them know, like, hey, bro, like, we're going to fight, but we're in front of each other now. A lot of shit you said, I'm addressed right now. So, but yeah.
Talk to me about that, Demetrius. We know Liam's been very vocal over social media in particular about this fight, and some stuff being thrown back from him, and obviously I know you've replied as well, but what have you made of it all? Has he ever gotten under your skin?
Nah, of course not. You know what I'm saying? I get under my skin. I don't know how. But at the end of the day, we're here to fight. We're here to put on the show, and hopefully he brings his best, because I will be bringing mine.
Let's talk about the fight. Where does Liam, in your opinion, rank in comparison to your past opponents?
I mean, I'm not really going to know until I step in the ring with him, as far as like his ability, his skills, and etc. But people got him down as a tough opponent, and that's good. You know, that's good that people are saying that Demetrius is fighting a tough guy, and I'm all for it. And I'm all up for the challenge, and he's somebody that is willing to say yes and get in the ring with me and bring it, you know, balls to the walls.
Win for you on Saturday, is it more than just a win though? Is it something where you have to kind of look good doing it to ensure the next fight is what you originally wanted, one of the other champions, or a big name like a Canelo?
I mean, listen, I look good regardless. You know, in and out the ring, I look good. Most of the so at the end of the day, it's about, you know, the other elite guys wanting to make the fight happen, and that's all it takes. Not me having to get knockouts and whatever, because every time I step in the ring, I look good, I perform, and we do our job well. We get the W, and that's all that matters. And from that point on, is do the rest of the division want to unify or not?
Demetrius, in your opinion, why do you think you haven't been able to secure a unification fight yet, or a big name?
I mean, Williams has said it the best. Tall, risky, long, lengthy, skills, something opponent you don't want. But at the end of the day, like I keep telling people, to entice these other fighters like Triple G, CHARLO, it's all about the money. Put more money on the line, we're going to get the fight, because at the end of the day, that's what they're looking for, and of course I'm looking for it as well. You know, is put the money up so we can make these fights happen, so there's no more excuses. If you tell CHARLO, yo, we'll give you 10 million, 15 million, like, and the whole world wants to see that fight. If it's Canelo or vice versa, or whatever the situation or who it is, if the money's where is you know, good enough for the fighter, then we're going to make the fight happen. And there's enough money out there, instead of just throwing it away just to Canelo, throwing it away just to, you know, we put it where the fights matter the most, and that's me versus these guys, or them guys versus each other. So at the end of the day, I'm in the mix regardless.
Demetrius, obviously I know you signed with Matchroom and you're working with DAZN, but let's just say, you know, Triller's entered the market and they invested a lot of money since, and they obviously won the Cambosos versus Teofimo Lopez purse bids and pretty much offered double what Matchroom did. Is that just kind of good for the sport to see other competitors joining in now, offering more money, which may give you even better of a chance on getting the fight that you want, seeing maybe Matchroom offering more to one of the guys that you've just mentioned?
No, of course. That's how Matchroom and I mean that's how pretty much Matchroom USA started through the zone financially. You know, is who's putting the big money up. So if you have another competitor out there putting more money up for these fights that we all want to see, then yeah, it's good for all of us.
I know again you don't want to look past Saturday, but if you could have your ideal opponent next, who would it be?
I mean, at this point, I think Triple G is the next fight.
What would you make of a fight between yourself and Triple G, and what did you make of his performance against Seremeta last year?
I mean, you know, Sam Mata, you know, I call him Salsa Wata, you know what I'm saying? I mean, listen, at the end of the day, you know, I bet Liam Williams is probably a lot tougher than Sam Mata, so I'm actually fighting guys, and at the end of the day, Triple G is doing what Triple G does, but at the end of the day, people want to see that fight happen, so put the money up and let's make the fight happen.
I saw some people with Golovkin back then saying he looked good, but others kind of questioning if he could kind of get out of the gears and kind of push on with his performance in that fight. He could have maybe stopped Seremeta earlier. Did you see weaknesses in Gennady Golovkin that maybe we didn't see a few years ago, and maybe a version of him where he didn't push himself through those gears?
I mean, listen, I don't know Triple G. I can care less about him switching his gears or not. If he can, he can't. But at the end of the day, that's the fight we want is Triple G, and that's the fight that we need to be made for the division. And I don't care what he did with salsa water. You know, I mean, that's the whole other fight. And you know, there isn't much to like fight for when you fight that type of guy. You know, so there is no other gears to really put. He got the stoppage. He won. He looked good. It wasn't like he was pressured to fight. So yeah.
Just a couple of quick ones. We know Canelo, Billy Joe in May. Just your thoughts on that?
May the best man win.
Do you have kind of a thoughts on how you think the fight will play out?
Hopefully, it's an exciting fight. And you know, Triple G. I mean, Billy Joe Saunders fought Martin Murphy. He looked the way he looked. I don't know. Canelo fought Jurgum. He looked the way he looked. You know, at the end of the day, now they're both going to be fighting somebody that's going to put pressure, that's going to do things. So you should get an exciting fight regardless of the situation. So I mean, you know, I don't really care how the outcome is. I'll fight either one of them guys.
Finally, just because I don't think I will catch up with you again this week, and if that proves to be the case, a message to Liam Williams.
Man, listen, God bless you. I'm glad you got here safe and sound. And at the end of the day, we're going to rumble. And, you know, the message is bring the best. That's it. I mean, at the end of the day, we're a fight, but there's no love lost. There's no malicious side of me when it comes to this. But just be prepared for the beating. And they're going to be like, God damn, he is tough. Look how he took that beating. God damn, Demetrius hit him with some shit. God damn, he's a tough motherfucker.
Demetrius, thank you for your time this week.
Yeah, thank you.